Well, I tried to call the cops, but I can't get any signal down here, so I guess I'm just gonna have to wait it out. Right after all those scary movies, too. Might as well make an episode of it.
Hush, 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 here comes the boogeyman. Don't let him come too close to you, he'll catch you with the...
Best do it quietly. Here are my top 14 new villains. What rhymes with meth? Coke? The less funny version of Deadpool. Deathstroke. You might already get on my case with this one, since yes, I know he was on the Teen Titans. But that wasn't live action, that was animated. But I have two reasons for having him on this list. One, they called him Slade, not Deathstroke, because I guess that was too violent for the kiddies. And two, Arrow brings the character to a new light. They actually show him as a good guy before he turns bad. Like Harvey Dent. He may not be the same Ron Perlman goodness that we're used to, but at least they got it closer to the comic. And after all, isn't that what a comic fan wants? That, and a Batman game with Harley Quinn's actual costume. You know, there's no monkeying around with this guy. Spoilers! Yes, technically he was a good guy in the first place, but, you know, except for this satisfactory scene. Koba from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. If I had to describe my feelings about Koba in this one, I hate that I hate him, but I love that I hate him. He's a stereotypical bad guy, scars and all. In the first one, just looking at him, I thought he was gonna start some shit, but then at the end I was like, well, I guess he's a good guy. Wrong! Check this shit out. Yeah, that was some shit. I debated whether or not to put this guy in the list. I hate him that much. But after much time and thought, he deserves a spot. Even in the apocalypse, there are worse ways to die. You could run into this guy, the Governor from Walking Dead. He's the Joker to Rick's Batman without the hilarious jokes and hot girlfriend. This guy is bonkers, screw loose, cuckoo, crazy. He will not hesitate to gut you with his fingers, even if it means just getting food or supplies. But just listen to his voice.
He's a wild card, but he's effective. He gets the dirty jobs done.
Here's my wallet, my phone, my gun. Just keep talking. This one was gonna be a tie, but in a rare case, someone beat the devil, literally. In the case of Crowley versus Lucifer, fans vote Crowley, and I don't see why not. He does have the accent.
Good news. You're going to live forever.
Not a fan of Supernatural? Just give in. I mean, it'll all be over soon. All you have is, 9 more seasons. It's a great show if you get past all the things that Tumblr thinks it is. It's not human angel gay love. Even if you're into that, not what it is. It's like, Charmed, but geared more towards men. Manly men. With a better plot and a lot more emotional pain. That's all I'll say. But Crowley is, how do I put this? The king of hell. A demon who very stereotypically collects souls and wants the Winchesters dead. Why did this guy make it to my list? Because he's clever, devious, and downright maniacal. But he can let his guard down sometimes. I deserve
to be loved!
You know, this one was gonna be a tie too, but
I'm shaking in my custom baby seal leather boots.
that line wins me over every time. Now, in my mind, Megamind is a victim of circumstance and racism. Honestly, I don't feel like those kids picked on him because he was a bad kid. I think it was because he was, I don't know, blue? Because kids are cruel and they prey on weaknesses. So if there was one difference between Megamind and Gru as to why I chose Megamind, it'd have to be presentation and his taste in music. Today on Word of the Day, we have a new special word for you. Let's find out what it means. Oh, I have an idea. Let's make a kids show where the villain is the king of corpses.
What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? What? What time is it? What? Come on, tell me what.
Come on, I'll wait. Come on. We're doing this, hold on. I'm glad that they made him the villain of the show. because he's just too dark for a kid's show. I mean, listen to the speech.
You are alone, child. There is only darkness for you, and only death for your people. These ancients are just the beginning. I will command a great and terrible army. And we will sail to 1 billion worlds. We will sail until every light has been extinguished. You are strong, child, but I am beyond strength. I am the end.
He's very solemn and matter-of-fact-like. If I watched this in my younger days, I'd probably have nightmares. No, but back in my day, I was having nightmares about Darkwing Duck. Oh, God! Let's finish this list before I'm finished. So on to number 8. Wait, what's going on here?
Miss me? Did you miss me? Did you miss me?
Now, since the Joker wasn't allowed on this list, I believe that this man should take his place. His brilliance is only shadowed by his malevolence. The reason he's like the Joker is because of his reasoning behind anything he does. Honestly, I don't know why he does the things he does. He just does. But he's always fucking brilliant. He robbed a bank and led a prison break at the same time, just to prove he could. Do you understand it? Be quiet. I swear. The year is 1937, 2 years before the end of the Great Depression, and ironically, the start of World War II. Before Hitler became the enemy, there's one more dastardly and more deadly.
Oh, Smaug, the unaccessibly wealthy.
Smaug. Now, when I read the book, which took 2 years, I wasn't told how to pronounce it. It was a really tough read. Kind of like me studying Greek mythology since I was in kindergarten, but then look like a chump when I pronounced Persephone, Persephone. You know, maybe you authors want to put a goddamn pronunciation key in your fucking books if you have weird-ass motherfucking names. I'm looking at you, J.K. Rowling. Yeah, you and you. Hermione. How the fuck did you get Hermione out of this shit? What's J.K. stand for? Is it just kidding? I've been fucking with you the whole time. Here, suck my ass. I got your money now. Fuck you. There would definitely be some backlash against this for not putting Sauron in this spot. But I did this for the same reason why Voldemort isn't on this list. Sauron was 12 years ago. Plus I had to find a way to get Benedict Cumberbatch on this list. Now Smaug may not have had a lot of moments in the first movie, but the second...
Think furnace with wings.
Wow. A furnace with wings. That doesn't sound so bad. Maybe it can smelt me down some steel ingots. Maybe make me some nice pork chop. Oh yes, you get it. On to the next joke. In the second movie, we were all about Smaug. Look, he's fabulous. Now, even though I read the book, I was still mad when they killed him. I mean, that whole first 10 minutes, he had that scene by the balls. He was killing it in the third movie.
Who are you? I am fire. I am death.
Now, okay, when I announce this next one, please keep it down. Malekith was going to be here first, but that was more for me, because a lot of people didn't enjoy Christopher Eccleston's performance.
Go to your room!
Then I was going to put in the Winter Soldier, but he doesn't seem like a villain to me. He's more like one of those pit bulls people make fight other people. Diesel!
Surprise, motherfucker!
He'll be fine. So instead of the Winter Soldier... No. I chose Loki. I chose Loki based upon his initial popularity since the first Thor, which has skyrocketed ever since. Not to mention the fact that he's the fucking god of mischief. Seriously, like, fuck that guy. He threw all the Avengers through a loop and almost came up on top, which is what most women want. Am I right? Am I... Now, you remember that movie that everyone thought was going to be a total bomb and a complete product placement, but turned out to be one of the funniest children movies I've ever seen in a long time? Yeah, that's it. Good job. Now, do you remember a certain movie that everyone thought was going to be so awesome, but turned out to be a big product placement? You did so good. Lord Business.
Vitruvius.
Wow. Will Ferrell is rocking this list. If Mugatu makes it on here, I'll have to give Bewitched a better rating. Too bad that's not happening. Lord Business's business is complete perfection of his whole world. What put him so high on this list is the fact that he mixes comedy with the evil that he is. And if it were, say, 2005, I would have put Dr. Evil in this spot for the exact same thing. He seems to have an inferiority complex. But if I could put on 10-foot Lego shoes, I would. And that helmet with fire. Amazing. Everyone needs a hobby, right? If it's weird or if it's generic, that's alright, as long as it's you. Hobbies could include anything from watching movies to doing puzzles, even collecting. So speaking of collecting... Oh, fuck, here I go. Dude, you don't have to do this shit. So the collector is the number 4... Get him out of here. Not that collector. Heck. Did you like the Saw series? And when I say series, I mean 5 through 7. Good, because the same exact people made this one. So first things first with this movie series. There's only 2 of them as of right now. The Collector and The Collection. And judging from the movies, I feel like the only thing that's stopping a third one is a new title. The Collectee, The Collection Agency, Collector. Oh, and if you thought Saw was a gore fest, it really is. It's like a huge gore fest, Saw. Then check these movies out. So like Jigsaw, the Collector sets up a series of traps, but unlike Jigsaw, he traps random people who don't deserve it. He gets his nickname from the fact that for each house he traps, he kills all but one. He kidnaps the other and whisks them away to a torturous life in which he'll be jealous of his other victims. Some of you haters are probably wondering why I even have him on my list. Because one of these reasons most critics don't like him is because he's a Jigsaw ripoff. Which may be true, but I like him because he's the most human villain I've ever seen. He isn't like Jason Voorhees, who you run from for a mile as he walks after you and suddenly he's right behind you. And he's not like Michael Myers, who is very much human and yet can survive several rounds of ammunition and other types of explosives. He's not like Jigsaw, who is so smart that he knows everything he will do. Yes, the Collector can take a very well-trained, should-have knocked you out shot, but he can still be taken out like any normal human being. Three knocks. Bat, bat, choo, choo, choo. Get the worms. God damn it, get the worm. Oh, fuck, shit, that's right. Do you want originality? Well, you won't find it here. Go! You'll find it in Australia. I'm pretty sure, at least. That's what the accent sounds like. Possibly the newest villain on my list, Mr. Babadook. One of the movies from the... One of the movies from the Sundance Festival that scored a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Do you know how hard that is? Casablanca only scored a 97. Anyway, the Babadook is some scary man, beast, Creebo, whatever. He's fucking terrifying. Don't ask me where he came from because I don't even know. It's from some book that just appears out of nowhere for plot purposes. This monster is very mysterious. They only show his actual face once throughout the entire movie, and keep him hidden the rest. The way they make him move is what got me. It's kind of like he's made of cardboard, and he moves like paper if he played with it. This movement is also very reminiscent of a cockroach or the claymations in Beetlejuice. He has a way of getting under your skin. So whatever you do, don't let him in. I'm Onda! God damn it. Who are you, mister? Right, I forgot I was wearing a mask. You're me. No, you fool. I'm Ripoff. But you look like me. Well, technically I am you, from an alternate dimension. Oh. What's with the costume then? It's Halloween where I come from. And the knife? This is how we say hello, you know. Hey! Don't stab me. I won't, big baby. Why are you even here? Dude, almost forgot. I'm here to stop you before you unveil your #1 new villain. Stop. We're not even here yet. Okay, I'm at number 2. Glad I stopped by then. So let's just get on with it. Okay, glad I stopped you. You got any food? Yeah! Are you done yet? So what movie do you think would bring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in a kids movie? It's Mr. Snatcher from the Box Trolls. What the fuck, bro? You're taking too fucking long. Get to #1. Chill. This is my show. I'm gonna do this. Mr. Snatcher fuck from off. Box Give me Trolls. A fucking second, mister. Just show up with no collar or anything. Mr. Snatcher say hi. Shut the fuck up. When I went to see this, I would only sing it because it was a claymation movie. And I love claymation film. And in this film, the universe is so unique. You get that within the first scene. What's a white hat? Where's this cheese room? What's a box troll? All will be explained. The best thing about this movie is the villain, Mr. Snatcher. And let me just say, all of these actors in the movie are very hard to distinguish, which was what I loved about it. In fact, Ben Kingsley plays Mr. Snatcher, and he doesn't sound like Ben Kingsley.
I like to work almost lying down because it keeps my back and throat really relaxed.
Gentlemen,
look at all these boxes left lying about. How curious, how peculiar. I do believe evil is afoot.
Do you see what I mean? Tracy Morgan is also in this movie, and you wouldn't believe who he plays.
Run.
I'm swinging on a chain! Woo!
Mr. Snatcher made it this high on the list because of his true nature. I can't say what he does, but there's nothing he won't do for a white hat. So here we are, Ripoff. What's so wrong with my list? He had to come from your dimension to stop it. What's wrong? What's wrong? You put Dr. Trask at #1. He's a villain with a just cause. Magneto has a just cause. You only liked him because of Marvel's risky decision to cast Peter Dinklage. What do you have in mind? You can do better. The biggest of the big, standing at 200 feet, he is the grim reminder of that humanity received. Give it up for the Colossal Titan! He really earned this spot at #1 because he ended the 100-year peace of humanity. Let me explain. There are these things called Titan. No, not the Teen Titan. Basically eat everyone and anything. They've eaten so much that there are only humans left behind the wall of Maria, Rose, and Cena. Now this motherfucker, for reasons that I don't know, broke the wall and let the Titans in. Before I continue though, let me just tell you that this is an anime based off a manga, and if one more person tells me to read the manga or tries to spoil something for me and then tells me, well, it's in the manga so you should already know, I will kill you. No! I get chills when I watch those shows. With the music in the background and the moving animations and actual sound. I get chills. This is me reading the manga. Now this is me watching the show. Don't spoil it for me and don't tell me to read just because you think it's better. You know what was good? The Lord of the Rings, but I didn't tell you to read those. Did you see how big those were? So you're gonna leave now? I might stay a little while. Can I ask you some questions about your dimension? Go for it. Black. So, yeah. And Billy Goat. Ed? Millionaire. Oh. Now I have a question for you. Okay, go for it. So if we're both the same person, would it be gay if we made out? Probably.